Sometimes you feel you're police and you never get tapped in a roadblock. Well, hello. I got tapped in a TM Tech roadblock. They were doing their own poll and some poll didn't grab properly and unfortunately, I had a little setback. So to Roland and Mr. Alex, bless him. Thank you very much. I'm indeed grateful. And to the guests, I trust that I will be able to accommodate you during the course of next week so that we can sit and really expatiate in terms of some of the events and activities coming up. So a blessed evening, afternoon, sorry to all the listenership. I'm hearing good news that the young man, the beast who and probably battered the young lady, Miss Mercedes, was charged. And I am saying that we need to go further than that. We need to, that criminologist does go and sit down with you and find out what make you do that. What was your thinking? You smoked something? Were you interfered with? Were you abused? There are documentaries on hardcore criminal. And we don't need them around, but we need to get an appreciation of their thinking, of their thoughts, of the home background, if they were abused, how they view women. How could you watch a 12-year-old and not see that little child as your daughter, as your sister, as somebody that you want to shape and ensure that you... So to the family, I ain't giving up. I know some people would have forget, Mercedes and Lynn, but we haven't forgotten the fact that she's 12 years. Her life was snuffed out by a sick person. And you could put how much regulations with PD, PH, HD car. That might be applaudable, but there'll always be somebody sick driving behind a vehicle, waiting, stalking, looking for the moment, because crime is about opportunity. What we have to do is to raise our boys properly, ensure that our boys understand that they are the protectors of their sisters and the opposite sex. And it should never be that when a boy looks at a female, they look at them in a dirty, filthy light. That should never be it. Raising our boy children is paramount. Further, we must ensure that our young girls have the proper tools to survive. You are to sit with your girl children and explain to them, if you're in a situation, what to do, what not to do. Pretend to make a call. There is some techniques and there is some tactical training that will require our children must survive. If the man tell you don't scream, scream. Put up a fight, bite him, rip up his ears. You know which part is the softest side of man. Hit him right in the center there. You see, brother? Hit him right in the center. Teach your girl children that times are different and it requires a different type of thing. And parents, do not become tardy. Do not become reckless. Do not feel that dropping a child, putting a child in a car, and that is all. Make an effort. Drop them. Inconvenient yourself to establish and to guarantee your children are safe. As we speak, I'm hearing about a child who was found dead as a result of headache. So you know what that means? That they're going to substance, they're going to see whether that child misused a particular drug, and they have to go into probably a whole historical background, and don't feel it's just a headache alone. So people, it is absolutely imperative that we take care of our children. Our children needs it. They're asking for it. No amount of 12-year-old and 11-year-old should be living in the hands of... And I tell people, don't call these men animal, because animals do a better job than some of us. Look at the animals. They take care of the offsprings. They don't make joke. They'll eat you up if you come close to one of the babies. So calling these men are animals, you're insulting animals. Animals are protesting, and they take umbrage that you're using them for that kind of linkage. Right? I'm a father. I work with young people for many years, and parents have no right burying their children. Children supposed to bury their parents. And that is the normal order of things, so that life will progress. I have an absolutely beautiful guest in our midst. We do good work together. She is one of the persons. I'm sure that you're reading about a psychosocial team that is taking, let me say, we're taking in front like the radio program. we are taking in front. We are going into schools, talking to young people. We have a parent component. But more than that, she represents the National PTA. She's the welfare officer. So that organization alone should understand we are not leaving out parents. And she has made it absolutely clear when she sit with Mr. Ali and we sit with the team that parents are paramount. Right? She wear her caps as well. And I will ask her to introduce herself, so that we'll have a great appreciation for our guests. We will be taking calls in the second hour so that people, bear with me, let me just engage up for a little bit, and then you will have an opportunity to speak to the very charming, beautiful Miss Janelle Sebastian, Mrs. People Chimado. So don't come inquiring about nothing. Mrs., if you please, Rez. Mrs. Rez, blessings to you and yours, and welcome to 91.1, the number one youth program, if you please.
Absolutely.
It's called Taking in Front.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon, Mr. Sharbodie, and good afternoon to you.
Yeah.
Yes, we are indeed taking in front, and
Yes.
it's really a privilege and an honor to sit here alongside you as we tell Trinidad and Tobago about how the Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Homeland Security, has taken in front with a special psychosocial initiative. It's something that I feel very honored
Yes.
as part of just one small part of the team to represent the National Parent Teachers Association as the welfare officer here.
Yes.
Because the vision behind this is understanding that if we have to take in front and to take back Trinidad and Tobago and get it to where it used to be, we have to go back home to visit the families.
Wonderful.
We have to be able
Excellent.
to understand that Mr. Ali says it all the time. We can't shoot our way out of this.
Yes.
We can't arrest our way out of it. We have to understand what is happening out there. Because for me, we don't have just a crime problem, but what we have are crime families. And if we understand that crime first begins at home and understand where the lack of parental engagement might lead to what we face now as a society, we as parents, we as stakeholders, we as educators, we would do better. We would understand that we will pick up the role, we will take our responsibility, and we will take in front.
Wonderful. Ms. Rez, tell me something about the National PTA. You are the welfare officer. I have gone to school so many times, and sometimes you talk to the converted. The parents who are supposed to be there at the PTA, sometimes they're not there. And I know that the National do an absolutely excellent job in terms of sensitizing and getting parents out. Share with us the role and function and why parenting, working in concert with the school, is so important.
Absolutely. One of the main tenets and objectives of the National Parent Teachers Association is uplifting the welfare and the community of our parents and our schools. And so for us, it's imperative that we go to our PTA meetings, we encourage PTAs. One of the things that we must first establish is that our National Parent Teachers Association is probably is older than our country in terms of because we have been established as we celebrating 66 years this year as a national organization.
Wow, congratulations in order.
Thank you very much. And we would have just held our mid-year convention where we celebrated just being a state-long staple in the society, understanding that parenting isn't something that we can just take for granted, and not understanding the role that parents and teachers play in shaping our society. These are the two major and first institutions in a child's life.
Wonderful.
And once we understand that the home and school partnership would lead to a better society, then we will absolutely allow our nation to be where it needs to be.
Listen to me. You sound like the welfare officer, like the founder. Tell me something about the president. I met the president, an absolutely beautiful human being. I've also the household name, the first vice president as well. Tell us a little bit about the composition and this beautiful team that works in concert with you.
Absolutely. Our national president, Mr. Walter Stewart, he has been our national president for the past 3 years. prior to him, we have Mrs. Zina Ramatali, who is currently
Household name, household name.
Who is our first vice president. And the NPTA is an organization that is governed by the national executive, and with the national executive we have 8 regions which represents the 8 school districts. Underneath that we have the unit rep schools, which is the schools PTA. So we are saying to persons, get involved and get registered with the NPTA, because the NPTA is the official recognized body through the Act of Incorporation from the Ministry of Education.
Wonderful. We have to break for now.
Sure.
Because you play well, not on stuff, right? All right. So we have Mr. Stanley who's going to give us some good news. We want some good news, Mr. Stanley.
Then I'll have to invent it.
Oh, Lord. Thank you, people. And you'll be coming back with the National NPTA Welfare Officer.
The world's greatest football tournament is here. And
why everybody coming by my house?
Dad, you serious? We have Digicel Plus and Rush Sports. What do you expect?
Hey, where are they going?
this season, your home could become football capital with the new Digicel Plus Omni TV plans. Enjoy 350 megabits internet, plus up to 158 TV channels, including Rush Sports. Perfect for every moment, every celebration, and every... Catch the FIFA World Cup on Rush Sports with Digicel Plus. Visit a Digicel store and sign up today.
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Friday, 12th June 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Playway, the number 8 Tiger Mega Ultra Ball Gold. Playway Jackpot, the numbers 30, 35, 3, 34 and 13 in any order. Pick 2, the numbers 9 and 1 in that order. Mega Ball Gold.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. watch on TTT, or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT, or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT, or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT.
During the handover ceremony on Thursday, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Eli Zakur criticized the previous administration for failing to repair ambulances needed for critical emergency situations. Minister Zaku formally handed over the vehicles to the Ministry of Homeland Security for deployment by the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. Line Minister Roger Alexander said the addition of the ambulances will help address a critical gap, improving emergency response capacity and ensuring better service to the public. The Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association is condemning a rise in copper theft and the vandalism of critical government infrastructure, warning of its impact on public services and national development. The issue was raised at Thursday's meeting of the Scrap Metal Working Group appointed by the Ministry of Trade, Tourism and Investment. In response, the association is recommending a temporary ban on the purchasing and export of copper until stronger regulations and monitoring systems are in place. A quantity of cannabis was seized from an apartment in the Central Division during anti-crime exercise by officers of the Interagency Task Force. According to police reports, around 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, officers conducted a search at an apartment along Ascaraf Extension Road in Charleville, where they discovered several crocus bags containing 40 packages of cannabis. The drugs, weighing an estimated 26.69 kilograms, were seized. To sport now, South Korea claimed a 2-1 victory over the Czech Republic in the second match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup last evening. The results puts Korea level on 3 points with Mexico, who defeated South Africa 2-0 in the tournament's opening fixture. World Cup action continues today as co-hosts Canada face Bosnia in a Group B clash at 3 p.m., while fellow co-hosts United States make their debut against Paraguay in Group D later in the evening at 9 p.m. In the weather forecast, this afternoon will be generally hot and sunny with just a slight chance of an isolated shower. Tonight is expected to remain mostly clear and calm, although a brief shower cannot be ruled out. Mild to moderate levels of Saharan dust are currently affecting the area. Seas are moderate with waves near 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Stanley Augustus. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
This isn't just radio. This is your voice, your city, your platform.
Who else?
Talk City 91.1, where the conversation begins.
Yo! This is the sound of the streets, the heartbeat of the islands. A voice for prevention, protection, and positive change. When the country needs guidance, leadership, and truth, you know who's taking in front. Corporal Sharbodie. Come on! Right now we taking in front. Lead the youth and protect everyone. Teach respect and show what can be done. And build a future where we all overcome. Right now we taking in front. Crime prevention has already begun. From sunset till the morning light. Keeping the whole...
Yes, love in your house, and amen. I'm just telling Mr. Augustus that we had some good news. It's good to have good news. I know that some people sort of read the papers from the back because that's where the good news start, but even sometimes sports. But we will leave that for another discussion. People, if you are now joining us, we have in studio one of my friend, my colleague, a partner in the psychosocial movement, which is spearheaded by our director, Mr. Sergeant Ali, an attorney at law, and he's doing good work. And you know, people, for in my 33 years working and doing work with young people, I have never, in my wildest dreams, heard about a ministry, national security, homeland security, using a department for prevention. That is applaudable. So I want to put on record, Mr. Alexander, Honorable Minister, congratulations, take a bow. Prevention, it must be a... You know, when you talk about multi-prong approach, prevention is paramount. And we have been having an absolutely excellent day with the children from different secondary schools. Ms. Rez, tell me a little bit about psychosocial. When you hear psychosocial, what does it mean? You know, people go feel that you're mad, you know, you need to go in sentence. But isn't it absolutely important to address the psychosocial of our nation's youth?
Absolutely, and it definitely doesn't mean you're mad. It means that you're well.
Yes.
It means that how do we look at the wellness of our nation? We're looking at the mental wellness as well as the social wellness.
Wonderful.
And so what is the environment that we're living in? And how does that environment contribute to the society? How does that environment contribute to the individual and the mindset of that individual? And so the purpose of this engagement is really to have persons understand that, hey, the choices that you make in this life can either impact you to a very positive and bright future, or it can lead you down the path of jail or death.
Yes, well said. I see that you all had an absolutely excellent session. I was a part of it where you had
I'm not going to say
Bravo.
we.
I stand corrected. We. Where you had DJ Bravo, you had a powerful testimony from a young lady who's incarcerated.
Miss Grace Cupid.
Yes, the battery of speakers, you know, the criminologist, the social worker, and you did justice in terms of bringing closure. Tell us about the team. Tell us why this team is unique and so powerful, and you know the schools that is asking for more. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think what happened is the visionary leadership. You see, when you understand what a country needs and what a country is missing, and understanding that we have to take it back to the youths.
That's right.
We have to take it back to how do we prevent what has been happening to continue. So how do we prevent it? We prevent it because the target group for the sessions are the Form 1 students. They are those who are now going into school. They are those who are now at a stage in their life where they're trying to figure out, what is my identity? Where do I fit in? Is peer pressure the thing that's going to make me or break me?
Yes.
Do I follow the crowd or do I own the crowd?
Yes.
You know, and so the team was specially crafted or designed in such a way that we speaking from the experts of the criminologists. They will explain what this life can do to you. We have the psychologists, which is the TTAP Association, where they are able to just break down the psychosocial and tell you what's happening in the mind of the youth, and understanding that the varying stages of life, what does that do to you because you're in this stage? Why are you more triggered or more likely to go down this direction?
Yes.
Then we have the social work association, and we have the social workers who are there to just remind you that the society that we live in is something that we can impact if we make the difference by just being there and understanding the networking, and understanding that networking and where we fall along that line and where persons are at would be able to either increase the likelihood of an individual committing a life of crime, or would it decrease it?
So it's like a 1,000-piece puzzle. And you start on the border, and then you fit in the pieces nicely to get a beautiful picture.
Absolutely.
Right? I know that Assistant Superintendent Stanley is also there from the anti-gang unit. You also have the prisons, Mr. Steele and his colleague,
And
also the
ASP
Assistant
Das,
Commissioner.
yes.
Yeah. So the dynamic leadership of Sergeant Ali must be applauded.
It absolutely has to be.
Must be applauded, because for him to bring that kind of talent, you know, we also want to salute the media. The media seem to be on spot. They're every time willing to cover good news, and that is applaudable. So we want to also single out the media.
We absolutely have to. We have to absolutely single out TTT for just,
Yes.
just being
Oh, yeah,
there.
oh, yeah,
Because they are there
oh, yeah,
every
yes.
single time.
That's
Because
right.
the reality is that far too often, when we turn on the news, you were speaking about it when I entered, that we are triggered by the bad news. You know, so people have to find a way to speak about the positive. And one of the positive things about this initiative is that the way the program is broken down, we hear from the prison service, we hear from the police service, we hear from the professionals, and then we also have the voice of the parents through the NPTA, where it is that we encourage parents and we encourage children to go home and tell your parents what's happening, and we encourage parents to ask your children what has happened today. You know, because it's important that we change our language when we deal with children, because we are always like, God, what happened to you? When we should be asking, what has happened to you? Because the thing is that we do things to children. We exist in a society where we all trigger each other, or we exist in a place where we can either uplift us or we can break us. So we are asking people, as we are asking parents, to just get a little more involved in your child's life. When you see a child come home from school, take the book bag. What was done today? The act of doing that and signing that book is very important. And that's why I would like to say, on the heels of just not just this national psychosocial initiative that is happening at the school level, I also want to applaud the partnership that the Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Homeland Security, through through the PASCO office, as well as the National Parent Teachers Association has taken, and the Ministry of People and Social Development in the National Parenting Seminar, because they understand that we can't be telling children one thing and then they're going back home to these same households where the parents are not are not being touched or changed
no
from the
reinforcement.
information. That's right.
Before I go to the toxic environment that children probably experience, and sometimes you would know better than me. When we go home, sometimes we are taken aback, totally flabbergasted. We are shocked to see these children and the conditions they're living in. You follow? Before I go to that, I want to talk a little bit about the question of the Ministry of Education. I think the Ministry of Education must be applauded.
Absolutely.
Because in order for us to engage the students, the principal who will has the ultimate green light, so to speak, we have been having good communication, excellent response from the Ministry of Education saying, yes, come to my school. We would love to have the team.
And I would like to even take that a little further. This Minister of Education has worked hand in hand with the National Parent Teachers Association and even through the Homeland Security in opening the doors to all the schools. What do you need for us to fix this?
Yes.
And you see that partnership approach through the ministries, these three main ministries, as well as all of the institutions below it, the agencies, the supporting committee, yourself through the Police Youth Club, the dynamic nature and the approach of all of this is to touch lives, transform lives, and change Trinidad and Tobago into a place that we can be proud of, where the next generation doesn't have to feel like I have to look over my shoulder because I don't know if I'm going to die today.
So it's like rescuing a child that is screaming in a burning house. You're hearing the scream, you already called the fire service, then reach yet, you pick up a bucket.
That's right.
You pick up a bucket, this one pick up a bucket, the next one kick down the door. There's a child screaming saying help. And while we call the professionals, the committee respond immediately to the cry of the child.
And Mr. Sharbodie, that's what is important, as we would have heard through some of the youth when we had the engagements through the open forum, they would have asked the question, what can I do to be like you? How can I be more like you? So what we're doing is also inspiring the next generation.
That's powerful, huh?
Yes. Instead of they always wondering that we only speaking down to them, they also see that there is hope. They also understand. And having Bravo added to the team along with our woman cricketer, Miss Marissa Angelera, our youth, our captain, our leader. She has just been dynamic throughout this whole program.
In sports, boy.
She really has been.
Yes,
she has
must be commended.
From the time she told her story, she tells the story, and both Mr. Bravo and her would have shared something very similar, where it is determination, hard work, and consistency that will help you realize the dream that you have for yourself.
You know what I like about Bravo's speech? He didn't talk about discipline, but he talks about self-discipline. And self-discipline is when nobody's looking, you're still disciplined.
That's right.
The 4 o'clock in the morning when you wake up, you're batting, you're seeing yourself as a great cricketer, a great footballer, your tenacity, your stickability, you want to achieve. And he made a powerful point too, that even though you're not doing well in your academics, you are talented, you're skillful. And Bravo, coming from that school, there was in awe.
They were
so it wasn't just Bravo, big icon, it was Bravo, who came from the Arangues. The children were very amazed that the school produced that.
You're absolutely right, because the moment he stated that, they was like, what? That means, and I actually heard 2 children, one from each side and one from the other, say, wait now, but that could be me. And so that's the inspiration that we want.
Thank you. No, to Bravo and to
Miss Angelera.
all our sporting icons.
Absolutely.
We need them. You understand, bro? We need the artists with good songs, good message, something positive.
And one of the positive messages that Mr. Bravo would have shared yesterday is that we have to give back to the country that brought us.
Please.
It's not because I made it, I'm going to leave. He said it. I can choose anywhere in the world to live, but I choose Trinidad and Tobago because this is the home.
Love of country.
And that's what we need. How do we bring back that national pride? And, going into schools and bringing these icons and showing these leaders to the young people who will then go on to become our leaders.
No, Miss Rez, no, hold on. I just stop it. Hold on. Where does get the best doubles? No. Where does get the best? You go New York, you see something similar.
Right.
You go New York, you ain't going from them. You go Baltimore, you try roti. But the best local roti is in Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right.
Best pilau. And what I love about this country, you have a variety to choose from. It's not only one course a meal. You have just so much money. It speaks to the cosmopolitan, the pluralness of our country. Tell me something as a mother. and I'm talking in general terms, when you hear about a 12-year-old, then you hear about a situation in Tobago, then you hear about the gunshot in Mova, then you hear about a next child get killed in Belmont, and today you're reading about a child probably died as a result of headache. Isn't it something, as a mother, how do you feel? Where do you think that we have dropped the ball? What is missing in terms of ensuring the safety of our nation's children?
What is missing? What is missing is the love. The love among self, the love for self, the love of our fathers, because just before during the break we were speaking about it can't be a mother without a father. And we need to start to uplift our men.
Yes.
We need the men
One more time.
We need to start to uplift our men. And because when we as men, not we, and I say we, you all as men, when we understand that our role in society is to lead, a woman cannot be a father. Mother, we hear mothers saying, I am a father today. You cannot be a father.
Well said.
A father is a father and a mother is a mother.
That's right. Well said.
You can try to perform the roles, but once that fatherly figure is missing in that child's life, something is missing.
Yes.
And so even though we would say that I'm trying to make this child whole, we can try through the engagements that we are having.
Yes.
When we have through the police youth club, through these mentorship. And these things are important. And this is why giving back and volunteering is important. This is why I am a part of the PTA movement, because the PTA movement is a voluntary organization.
Yes.
There is no pay involved.
Thank you.
And so when we do what you all do in terms of police youth club, when we do what persons who are passionate and understanding that as a society, what Bravo and Miss Angelera stood up and stood for yesterday is that I have a role as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago to give back. And if I could give back to the next generation, then maybe we're not so lost. Because the reality, as you asked, and it started by saying, how do I feel as a mother? I feel pain. I feel pain to know that this could be anyone.
Yes.
I don't ever want to call it on myself, so I don't want to say this could be me, because I'm as a mother of a girl child, every time I see something like this, my heart aches.
Wow.
But I'm hopeful, because I'm hopeful through the initiatives that we continue to run.
That's right.
And when people say, why do you do this? I do this, and I'm certain that every member of the team and the stakeholder team does this, because if we could change just one life, we fix a generation.
Powerful.
We fix it. And if that, because we don't know who that child that we will interact with. So you're making the world better for the next generation. It's not about us. It's about them.
That is applaudable. Thank you very much. Going back to this extraordinary leader, I tell Sergeant Ali, he's very reserved, and he's not a man that's stroke ego, but he must be applauded.
He absolutely must
the
be.
synergy, the energy, the way he speaks to people, the way he introduces people, you feel a sense of importance. He adds value.
He does.
Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on Mr. Ali and his dynamic leadership.
I cannot agree more with you, Mr. Corporal Sharbodie, because when Mr. Ali starts, he uplifts you, and that's what a leader is.
Wonderful.
From the time he says one word, make it powerful, make it count. He says something, he builds you, he pushes you, he puts you on this place to allow you to just, because he sees the power in you, and he sees the power in this initiative, and he sees the hope of what we could do as a country if we do it together. And because of what he is seeing and that visionary leadership, it has created a place where, as a country, because one of the things that I would have noticed yesterday more than anything is when everybody say, can I speak to her? Can I speak to him? Because they were dismissed to their classes. But not many of them left. Everybody stayed to interact and engage.
Powerful observation. And I want to put on record, that's for the benefit of, I want to personally congratulate and thank the Commissioner of Police.
Absolutely.
Mr. Guevara didn't bound to, he has given consent. He feels this is a step in the right direction. And more than that, DCP Benjamin, the DCP admin, he has been attended here. You see him on the panel. He's there talking. He gives his personal life. When a DCP and a commissioner can come down and chat and talk and interact, that speaks volumes.
And not only just the DCP, because when we had at the opening, we had our minister himself.
Oh, yeah, and the permanent sec.
And the permanent sec,
Oh,
they
yes,
themselves came at the very open. It started in his constituency.
That is beautiful, huh?
And he opened the way in terms of, in the phrase that we use, he opened the batting order in
Cricket.
terms of how this is going to go. An initiative where we're not just going to we're pulling from the top, and the top is there with you, because he stood back and he arm wrestled with the children. And, the joy in those children's faces, just knowing that I could interact with a minister.
Yes, it's beautiful. Ms. Rez, I didn't say that at the meeting yesterday, but the principal called me privately and said, "Officer, I would like you to do the fitty address for my Form 5s." So even after we would have did our induction, he said, "Listen to me." He said, "What you did there, your connection with the young people, I want you to do the fitty address." And for people that call police still, no, we are bad actors. I'm telling you straight. There are people who have no right being in a police uniform. You fill the bucket, they kick it down. And that's the unfortunate situation. The army, you have all different bad actors.
That's life.
Yes, that's unfortunate. And we need to distance ourselves from it. But when people could say, "Officer, I want you to come and address the nation's children who are preparing for the world of work," is something more that is going on.
And Mr. Sharbodie, and I just really want to take this moment to just commend you for the work you have continued to do nationally and nationwide for all that you do for the youth and police youth clubs and what you do for the youths. Because you see, once a person knows that I have a space to go to that is safe, you know what that does for them?
Yes.
It really just allows them to have hope. And all we actually need is hope. Because if I can hope that things can get better, then maybe I can see the opportunity, because we are giving them an opportunity. We're giving them the opportunity of choice by letting them know, hey, not because this happened means that this is going to happen. Not because you grew up in a particular community means that you're going to end up staying in this community. And even if you choose to stay in this community, you can contribute to making it a much better place.
You sound like Dr. Rez, but what you think? You sound like a doctor. A hopeless youth is a lost youth. So you have to move them from hopelessness to hopefulness. You have to allow them to change their minus into a plus. You have to let them know that there's a spark, there's a purpose. I mean, they say everything here has a purpose.
That's right.
You make everything, and you come into the world and you don't tell your child that they have a purpose, boy. They'll have a whole a gun, they'll be a gangster. Young girls run up and down calling themselves baby doll and all kind of doll and have themselves at the mercy of these gunmen. Young girls, nice, pretty young girls at the mercy of these gunmen. We have to really reach them, and it has to be planned and deliberate. It has to be aggressive, and we have outnumbered them. And this platform and other platform, somebody listening must be provided with a sense of hope. They must leave this program saying, "Wow, I'm grateful."
And for that, I really want to thank the whole team behind Dr. Ali. Only calling Dr. Ali, but Mr. Ali's office, because that team that he has there through Darren and Jazan and the whole staff that makes sure that as young people that just creates the way forward for this, because the part that we look forward to more than anything is the monitoring and evaluation and how effective this program is. And the fact that we are able to say, well, all right, how can we measure this? Because if we take, if we take these children from Form 1 and we follow them and we give them the tools psychosocially to do better, then at the end of the school term, when they all leave, they are the leaders of the school. So one of the things that we're pushing in, that now you all are going into Form 2. So what you didn't get in Form 1, make sure you give it to the new Form 1s that are coming. And that's the message that we want to push, that push it, take it forward, pay it forward initiative.
It's like a good tablet.
That's right.
But you can't use and misuse that tablet. This is a good tablet to strengthen you and give it the impetus. Tell me something, Ms. Rez, in terms of you're looking at school, and school has its challenges, and we want to applaud teachers who will be on the call of the duty. We want to salute principals. There's some beautiful... I tell people, right after police is teachers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No. Teachers need to be commended. No. Teachers need to be saluted.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, boy. they give them a day. The teachers, I had the benefit of, when my parents died, is a teacher... The teachers came together and supported me. I grew up on Nelson Street. It's teachers who came and said, "Understand, your mom died, blah, blah, blah." And when we went Diamondville to live, I was working plus go to school. It's a teacher who called the manager of the Diego Martin Consumers Co-op and say, we have a young man here, his parents just passed away, his brother, and I was able to make tips, take care of my sisters. Teachers did that for me, right? I don't know if you know Miss Gemma Jordan. She's one, Mr. Pushett, beautiful teachers. So I tell children, teachers are not walking around with a jersey saying like me. They're there to teach you, empower you. And if for some reason you're not teacher connect, wonderful. Tell me something about this toxic environment. You represent parents. I maintain that some parents, they get locked up. There's some parents, we need to tell them there's not a parent. They need to go back to the court. The court need to caution them. The court need to put them on some kind of order because they are not doing a good job. And they are actually putting children in harm's way. They're smoking the weed in from the children. They're running the gun racket. Children come back and tell me that. They say, sir, you won't believe my uncle my uncle had a thing and then he was offloading and he was talking to me. I say, okay. Children come back and tell you and express to you what are some of the toxic environment. I had a principal, Ms. Rez, that pull a drawer and say, sir, look how much ammunition. Children, while leaving home, going through the truck, seeing ammunition all over, 7.62, 3. And picking it up and bringing shells, and sometimes loaded shells, back to the school. Toxic environment. How do you, and what as the NPTA head, what projects will you have rolling out for 2026 to address the question of children who come from toxic environment?
Well, thank you.
Can we take some calls though?
Sure.
But I'll tell people we'll take calls, right?
So one of the things, the NPT, our motto is home and school united for the good of the child. So I want to go back to...
Say that again?
Home and school united for the good of the child.
Wow, okay.
And once we understand that if home and school takes that front together, it means that we can make a difference in a child's life, because we know many times we hear parents and we also hear teachers in particular complain that when I tell my child something, tell the parent something, the parent doesn't believe me. The parent comes home and the parent comes to school sometimes and threatens the teacher.
Yes.
And that is not something that we are asking.
Uncivilized.
That is where the problem is. When you ask about toxic environment, yesterday I remember just passing in front of KFC going where I'm going. A car gave someone a bad ride. This parent just collected her child from a primary school, and the child could be no more than maybe, I looked at a child at 8, and the parent cussing the other parent for the bad ride. Your child is present. Your child is present in the car. And so for us as parents, we have to remember that our children are always watching.
That's right.
They may not always be saying something, but they are always watching.
Yes.
And so you have to remember, or you'll have to ask yourself, are we giving them the right message? Are we telling them, are we teaching them how to be leaders? Are we teaching them how to be healthy adults? And I know sometimes this is a very a touchy topic for me, because sometimes I go back to say that, well, unfortunately, we live in a very traumatized society. And so we have hurting parents who have never dealt with that trauma.
Excellent
So
point.
they're just going back, and it's a generational, something that keeps
people
happening.
Who hurt others.
That's right.
Yes, excellent point. But healing is there.
Healing is there.
Healing
when you
is available.
ask what the NPTA is doing or what has it done, it is working in partnership with the same Ministry of Homeland Security through the director, Mr. Ali, in creating parenting programs. Because sometimes we realize that persons, we're not really taught how to be parents. And so even though we are not saying that we're going to be teaching you how to be parents, but we want to provide you with the tools that to help you navigate the difficult times. Because let's be real, it can be overwhelming.
Yes. So we're not sitting on the wall talking and having a chat and making notes and looking at statistics and saying the next one by the does. We are doing something.
That's right.
We are saving lives. We are trying to transform and empower parents.
And one of the things that we really push is through our unit PTAs is having an educational segment at every PTA meeting where we can leave parents with a little nugget. We have parents understand that, hey, these are the things that are available. So our meetings mustn't only be about fundraising, because what we teach our parents that fundraising, PTA is not all about fundraising.
Right.
PTA is about being able to see how can I improve the wellness, the teaching and learning of our children. How can we improve the lives of our parents and our children?
Yes. So it had to be somebody up to mischief, because people narrative. nobody should be saying, what are we doing for the nation schools?
No.
Something is wrong with you.
They absolutely
So
can't.
you're not watching TV, you're not keeping yourself informed, you're not being in tune. Something is definitely wrong with
You're
you.
not paying attention.
Yeah. People, if you want to interact with Dr. Rez, Miss
take
Rez,
your time,
622-4911. And I understand we have a number 2 for WhatsApp, but for now, 622-4911. Ms. Rez, tell me why you could have chosen so many different groups to volunteer. Why the National PT? Why do you feel it was essential for you to say, I would like to be a part of that? What was so significant? A call? Yes, welcome to Taking in Front. Blessings to you and yours.
Right, nice. Wonderful program.
Thank you.
But my issue is a thin line between abuse and discipline.
That's right.
I remember, and don't laugh at this one, I get licks with all kind of things. I get licks with copper whip. I get licks with machine cord.
Sorry, I had a laugh.
I get licks with leather belt.
Yes.
Pee for 3 days and put to dry.
That's right.
I get licks with ruler with the piece of steel at the end. Was that discipline or abuse? And I can tell you straight up, I ain't come out a bad person.
Yes.
The next thing, what I'm very concerned about, is the people who in power, the things they say in public, because as we speak, parents don't really have control over their children.
Unfortunately.
It appears as though that a parent can't tell the child not to do this. They could call the police for the child.
Yes.
I remember years ago, a certain education minister said no more corporal punishment in school. And from the time the next day came around, children started going extra bad. They would always have fights and things in school. Sometimes girls fighting for boys and all kind of things in school. But at the end of the day, the people who in power and who can make a difference should not be speaking that way. It is wrong.
Yes.
Right? And
yes, well said.
Children supposed to listen to the parent because, let's say, for instance, right now we have a lot of sickness going on all over the place, and it's because of the food that the parents giving to the children, or the children eating when they're not at home or whatever. I remember long ago we used to get orange peel tea. We used to get lime bud tea. Just because our parents want us to be healthy, they may not explain to us why we have to drink, but we have to drink it else we'll be disciplined. Now we have more sick children because they're just doing what they want.
Yes.
So I wish that things could change, that the people in authority could go back to the older parents and let the parents know how they're supposed to bring up the children, because we can't be blaming the teachers. Discipline starts at home.
Yes, well said. Thank you, caller.
All the teachers do, they take the child from point A to point B and beyond.
Yes.
And they can't be blaming the teacher because the teachers have their own family to take care of. Parents cannot be making it hard on the teachers to discipline the children. And in my opinion, the government should pass a law where school children after school should make an attempt to go straight home. Because sometimes you have to take the hard side of things in order for things to get better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, call, and we appreciate it. More calls?
Hello?
Call? We have next call coming in?
Hello? Yes. Good afternoon.
Blessings to you and yours, sir.
Yes, I was listening to the last caller.
Yes.
And I wanted to answer the question for him and tell him it was abuse.
Thank you.
But the abuse took place because the person who was administering the abuse was ignorant. Let's just put it that way.
Well said. Well said, sir.
I remember growing up and seeing a neighbor having her son kneel down on a grater with a boulder in either hand.
Yes. Yes.
And that probably came from the days of slavery.
Yes.
All of these things are abuse.
Thank you.
You see, one of the reasons why we are having this issue today, just only one of the reasons, is because we have graduated to the stage where children are making children and they do not have anyone who is to guide them.
Yes. Well said.
And the other reason why we are doing this is because the society needs to take a decision that criminal activity is an economic burden to the country. So let's treat it at the root cause. Let us ensure that in every household in the country, there's a breadwinner.
Wonderful.
So the breadwinner would be able to take care of his and her children. And therefore, we're going to have a better society. And, I just want to close by saying that my voice is well known in the political arena. And I've always said one thing. If it's one thing I've always thanked Kamala Prasad-Bissessar for doing, is going to the parliament, following the United Nations mandate, and removing corporal punishment from our schools. We have to find many other ways to deal with it. Because children are beautiful.
Yes.
You just have to find where they are, and you're going to get the best out of them. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, caller. Ms. Rez, next one again.
Yeah,
Ms. Rez?
I will thank you very much for the callers and their contributions, because when I hear that you could remember what happened to you, and sometimes we say that I turn out good, the fact that you could remember it, it's a level of trauma. And I'm certain that if you understand that having discipline and having it with aggression is two different things. So we are saying that you must be able to discipline. You must discipline.
That's right.
But it's the form the discipline take. Is it aggressive or is it teaching?
That's right.
Because what we have to move away from is understanding, well, I get licks and I turn out fine. And I'm not doubting that you turn out fine, but does it make it right? Does it make it safe? Because Frederick Douglass told us it's easier to build strong men.
Yes, than broken. Yes.
You understand? So it's easier to build strong children, than to repair broken men.
Yes.
And so what we need to do is we as parents and we as a community, we need to give our children the tools, and then we need to also go back to what it used to be. And I know it's hard, where is the village that raised the child, because there's not trust in the society. And I know you would have said it before, that parents need to show up a little bit more for their children. And I absolutely agree with that, because when you went back into, I know you were speaking about Mercedes, it would have been that we send our children with persons, but we have to ask ourselves, but we are not always available to do so. But we have to start to show up for our children.
Yes.
If your child say, "Mommy, show up," show up. Show up. You ask me, why did I choose PTA? I chose PTA because I chose to show up. I chose to be involved. And one of the things that I have learned is that being involved keeps me informed.
Thank you.
And if I don't know, how can I fix?
Thank you. Powerful. You have to be is a doctor. Come now, man, doctor. You're inside.
Yeah, you're speaking, man.
You're
You're speaking.
inside.
Absolutely.
Well, we're about, it's really an honor having you, and I want to invite you again. This is a platform where you see what's going on in terms of the thin line between corporal punishment and abuse. And I want to tell my brothers, even when Mrs. Bissessar was the Minister of Education, and she made that wasn't on the background of just going to Parliament. She got findings,
that's right,
statistics, data. And even when Mr. Rowley became Prime Minister, he did not endorse it. He said he would not support corporal punishment. So Mr. Rowley, even when he became Prime Minister too, said corporal punishment has no place in schools.
He didn't revoke
Let us
it.
go back, because discipline starts at home.
That's right.
And if we have a disciplined child at home, then there'll be no need for the teachers to be
having to discipline. And what we want, and I would say it to parents, I know sometimes there are teachers who may be a little rough with our children.
Yeah.
And we sometimes want to go in the school and defend your child. But sometimes we have to remember that all of us are actors in the school.
Yes.
We act in different roles where we are.
Yes.
And so the child at home is not the child at school. So you might say, not my child. But when you keep saying not my child, because I remember sitting in a parent-teachers meeting, and I remember the parent saying, the teacher is trying to say, but your child pelts me. And the parent said, well, it didn't hit her, it didn't hit you, so he didn't pelt you. But it was not the fact that the child didn't pelt you, it's the act itself that is wrong.
That's right.
And so that what we have to see as parents
Wow.
is what we tell our children, what do we allow, what do we correct, and it's about discipline and teaching. So teaching and discipline must take the form of teaching.
That's
where
right.
children understand what they're doing. You're not just beating them because you're beating them because you want to take off their anger.
Miss Rez, let me tell you this, darling, and what you said there, you preach. My mother would walk in school unannounced without informing me, and everybody would know my mother rich. And she would say, is he behaving? There was a relationship established between teacher, child, and parent was paramount. And when you remove that parenting, that's a major. So the question is, and I'm happy that we have a very important person on the studio today. What is your relationship with the teacher? Do you know the teacher? Do you have a contact number? How often do you meet? Do you attend PTAs? You see, children know, and as you rightly said, they have many personalities. Right? One for school. Do you have a call? Oh. Yes, people.
Good afternoon, Corporal.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Alex there?
No, Alex had a little setback with his vehicle. And unfortunately, yes. So we have an ex-brother holding the fort for him.
Oh, I'm not staying long. Just a gentleman said just now, children making children. I'm 84 years. I made my child at the age of 17. They tell me the same thing.
Thank you.
But it's the training you get. If you ain't get something, you cannot give.
That's right.
Yeah, it depends on the training you get.
That's right.
You could be a big woman, 40 years, and you make a child, and you can't train that child. You don't get nothing to tell that child something.
Yes.
It will be the same thing.
Yes. What you do have, they can pass on.
Since independence, the people, whatever the British left with us, the people throw it away. All they grabbing is money, money talk, money talk, money talk. Train your children, beat them can't. If the teacher can't beat your child in school, you ain't going to see by your child for yourself?
Thank you. Well said. Granny, how old are you?
That is all I have to say. You have to see, I see about mines and them, you know.
Yes, love in the house.
I see about them, and I pass the whatever I pass down, I pass it down to them, and they pass it to the. All them come out because my sons and them, whatever they put themselves with, it ain't suit children thing. But whatever I pass to my daughters, they pass it down to the children.
Well said, Granny.
Thanks.
If your child is disciplined at home, they'll be disciplined at the school.
That's it.
Powerful.
That's it.
Yeah, Ms. Rez, any parting words? I know that there's 2026, we in school is about to close. We have so much going on. We have a camp and all that. Are there any tips you want to give parents as school is about to close its door?
I would say stay involved, stay engaged, stay alert, and stay engaged.
Yes.
I can't repeat it. I can't repeat it enough, because when we are engaged, we know what's happening. When we are involved, we know what's happening. It's important for us to know, why is my child acting differently? Are you seeing the signs that something is wrong, something is happening? Because if you are able to notice these signs, but you can't notice these signs if you don't know your child.
Yes, police your child.
Police your child.
That's right.
Have
Well
conversations
said.
with
Yes,
them.
yes.
Stay involved. And when it comes to school, have a relationship. And when I say a relationship, of course, I mean a professional relationship with what's happening in school with
Quality,
the child.
not quantity.
Quality relationship with the teacher.
Yes. And you speak from example. You're talking from that's exactly what you do at present as a good mother, strong mother.
Of course, I am always involved and always asking, and I really have to if I just put a plug in for my school teachers, because they really they reach out if something happened. They say, hey, this happened today, check on him. He didn't do this well today, or she didn't do this well today. And that level of engagement with parents and teachers happen because they see that you are an involved parent. When I was in primary school, I think I am here because I saw what my mother did for me.
Wow.
She was involved. She was in the PTA. She was involved. And
it contagious.
everybody knows that I'm Miss Sebastian's daughter, not her.
Yes.
You understand? Because she was involved.
She must be applauded. Let me tell you this, and in closing, my mother was a beautiful human being. I salute her. And when my mother would be bathing sisters now, my sisters, she's examining them at the same time. I told her about nobody touching you there, right? Where you get that mark from? Nobody have a right. And if somebody giving you parents use the police in the children's body.
That is what you need to do.
And you're not reactive, you're proactive. And we call on parents. We know that things are tough. We know that you have to pay bills. But those same bills sometimes go back to burying your child. Sometimes they're taking your child before the court for $10,000 and $20,000. But if you spend quality time, as Ms. Rez is saying, quality time, and I'm calling on businessmen to give parents the necessary time off to take part in PTA. Oh Lord, it is important. When you have a good worker, a functional worker, then that person will also function well at home. So if you give them time to be a good mother, a good father, then you will see that being transcend in the workplace as well. So we call on the private sector. You know, give them time off. There's a PTA meeting. You give them the necessary time. It is important. It's all part and parcel of being engaged. Ms. Rez, in closing, you want to say anything about the psychosocial team? Is there anything that we could look forward to?
I want to just say to the team and to Trinidad and Tobago, just thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the leadership from the Ministry of Homeland Security. Thank you to the Minister. Thank you to Mr. Ali, our director. And thank you to every member of the team. So from the Social Work Association, from the Psychologist Association, the NPTA, the Prison Service, the Police Service, to our criminologists, just to our sporting icon and our sporting ambassador, Ms. Marissa Angelera.
Good woman.
Just thank you to everyone involved in this, because
and
we are doing this and we are giving back because we understand the impact that we will make in the lives that are coming up.
Yes, and even if the transport service is second to none.
Absolutely.
Some people ask me to come and do lectures and they ask up to all reaching. But Sharbodie, well, come and do a lecture up in South. I say, here it is going. I need reimbursement, you know. Right? But, Ms. Red, it is absolutely a pleasure honor having you in presence. This is what we do. This is we educate, we keep people informed, we keep them engaged. And this platform is not going to be used for people who have the wrong narrative, who have an agenda. We all love this country. This is a beautiful country. We want to make sure that our 12-year, 13-year children are safe. Our children are safe. Police your community. Police your neighbor. You know when your neighbor sometimes bring a new fridge. You know when they put up a new wall. You know it's called a macrame. That's something passing strange. Raise an alarm. Form yourselves into neighborhood watch groups. Be your brother's keeper. And that will offer well. It will reduce any criminal element because the driving is about this committee well organized.
That's right.
This committee
not here.
Right? So in closing, I want to wish everybody a weekend that is safe, a weekend that is enjoyable. Next week, people, is Father's Day. Listen to me. Next week is Father's Day. All calling and all big up the men and them now, man. You know, we love our women. And as Ms. Rez say, come now, man. In every good man, there's a greater woman at the side. We put all that at the side. We don't put all the back again. So next,
you have to let the man up.
So let's salute our men. Let's applaud our fathers who do the good work and take care of the children. Let's applaud our men.
I'm applauding my husband.
Amen. Thank you very much.
He's doing a well job.
So next week we will have some men coming on board to talk and to share in terms of the role, because this place is a beautiful place, because we have good men, we have good women, and we still have a good community. Love in your house, people. Enjoy the balance of the weekend. And blessings. My brother, thank you very much for sitting in. It is absolutely an honor.
At Sharbodie Bakery, we don't just bake, we provide gourmet creations with consistent flavor, from authentic sourdough bread